Hello everybody, Houston here. I hope you guys are doing well, having a great day or a great night. And first things first, don't forget to hit the like button, share with your friends, subscribe and hit the bell. As you guys know, we are exchanging my knowledge for a time and both are precious. We keep growing together, okay? And let's jump into the charts. Okay, so as always, we are going to start from the bigger picture. It's what matters. And let's take a closer look on the last candle, which is a new candle. And I'm going to show you more about this candle, but first let's take a look here. So we have here a shooting star, and also there is a very important thing here. I'm going to show it as well. Just 1 second. I will have to zoom again. Okay, so now let's take a look on the numbers. So this one here on February 1st, if I'm not wrong, also February 10, we had the high, which was $10,550. And in the last move, it was 10,429, which means we still have lower highs. And we talked about this before in the previous videos, and we had a possible target that was a math target for around 10 and 500. No, sorry, it was 10 and 600 if I'm not wrong, and also 11 and 300. Yes, you guys can check in the previous video. But we knew about this guy here, okay? Because any move above this guy here would print 100% retracement from this whole move here, okay? And we knew that was very possible and likely to not make another high compared with this one here, okay? Even because, hold your heads just a second. Let me take out this guy for a better understanding. Okay, so as you guys can see, even if we end up with, let's say, just a second, for example, 12K, okay, even if we had 12K, it would still be a lower high, okay? So nothing would be changed in the bigger picture. Okay, so for now have this in mind, our shooting star, and I'm going to talk more about it because we have more data. Let's take a look on volume and OBV as well. Okay, so we had the big run here, which we had raging volume. By the way, non-stop. We had only 2 candles since the second week of March. And just a second. Okay, so this the setup we have here for OBV. I highlighted this many times in the past. Okay, you guys can check my posts. And what do we have here? Let me show you. Is contraction before expansion, and we can see it if we track the buyer's volume. Okay, for this one here, it doesn't matter that is too close. Okay, it's not going to change anything. Just a second, please. Okay, let's go. And so as you guys can see, we had a very big divergence here, which is a bearish divergence, but it's not going to change the final outcome. Okay, nothing's going to change. This is just another clue for the present days, okay, not for the future. So what we are expecting here now, it's something like this. Before the major bull break, okay, because the chances, let me get back to the chart. So the chances here for we to end up with a low to this level or even a lower low are below 0.090%. Okay, very low chances to make a new low or even a double bottom. Very low. Okay, almost insignificant. And so now let's take a closer look here, because we have a key resistance here, if I'm not wrong, is 94. Just a second. 94. Okay, hold on. 94. Okay, so let's use 94.40. Okay, just for the sake of this example. And yesterday, okay, so 2 days ago, we managed to close above this this level here, which is not only a resistance level, okay, it's far more significant. And I was thinking with myself, okay, we close it above, we may see a rally, and that's what's exactly what happened, and I'm going to show you in the lower time frames. But for now, let's jump into the weekly. Okay, so here we have more evidence of our shooting star. And so this we had one, I don't believe it was this one here, but we had another one that turned green, which was a bear trap before. And okay, so it's a bearish candle on top of a resistance. Here it will be more clear to see what we just were talking about. Okay, so again, as you guys can see, this is a lower high compared with the previous one, which is, it's not bearish, it's continuation before expansion. Okay, so continuation plus contraction that will lead us to expansion. Okay, so this is how everything works, not only for charts, not only for Bitcoin, gold, Amazon, okay, you name it. So the chances now, we are going to address all the scenarios, okay, not only the bearish but also the bullish for the short time frame. So the chances for a comeback here to make a bull break are very low, okay, almost below the one that we talked about. Very low. Okay, so we don't trade scenarios with low probability. Okay, it's not worth, it's not wise. So we are going to acknowledge the best probabilities here. Okay, so let's zoom out. Let's take a look on volume and OBV again. Okay, so as you guys can see, we had increasing price with decreasing volume, and after the second spike on volume right here, that was right after this bear trap, that was a reversal candle, and we saw a lot of folks shorting Bitcoin, including many of them are out of the markets already because they lost all their money. And following here, as you guys can see, the average was lowering, so the smart buyers were already leaving. Okay, so let's take a look for OBV. I'll have to close it, just 1 second. OBV. Okay, so as you guys can see on the weekly, we had a bullish divergence, and this one here was a problem because, as you guys can see, we make a higher high compared with the previous one. So price going down and buyers pressure going up, bullish divergence. But the problem here is this. Excuse me. As you guys can see, we had decreasing buyer's volume with increasing buyer's pressure, which means the order books were relieved. Okay, so what does it mean? Instead of having like 10 BTC or 5 BTC in the order books, we had like 0.5, 0.10. So this made all this pump after the midway here very cheap. Okay, so it was a pump cheap by design. That's the reason that we see this divergence with decreasing volume. Okay, so that's off the charts stuff. And okay, let's go. Just 1 second. And let's take another look for the bigger structure. Okay, I saw some folks making draws like this, and this is not valid. Okay, this scenario here, it's not going to play out for reasons that I already explained. And what we can do here so far, it's to link all the valid pivots. Okay, because it's follow math that will not create anxiety lines. And so this one right here, it's not valid yet. Okay, we are almost sure about the reversal here for the shorter time frame, and it's not valid to link to anchor or valid pivot here, because we still need more downside here before we can properly place this line. So this is one of the reasons why you guys see only these two lines in my charts. Okay, and also another way to look at the trend is this. Okay, so this is the range that we are working on before the bullish blast. I believe this is the word. So what we are going to do here, again, following valid pivots. So this is one of my trading setups. I'm not going to disclose it, but just another way to see what is happening. And let me see if we have more things here on the weekly chart. So like I mentioned before, we had only 2 red candles since March. Let me see here. Okay, March 9, around March 16. Okay, so this was very bearish because we went up all the way without any room for the bears to ease off this narrow move here, which was way aggressive, and now it's going to need a correction before continuation. Okay, and so here again, folks, we are talking about bullish continuation. Just if for you guys that missed the previous video, I'm going to give you a quick example of what's happening and who is in control. So this is a bear trend, bears in control, bearish continuation, downside, and this is bullish continuation, bulls in control. Okay, so nothing new here. Everybody that's calling for new lows is going to be wrecked. And also, let me show you here. I will give you a quick sneak peek into a chart from the Champions Club. Oops. Okay, so can be this one here. I'm not going to disclose the other one, but well, you guys can pause the video later and check the chart. So all the columns here are the seasons pivot. Okay, which means it's the theory I'm developing and working on, okay? And okay, let me show you on the bigger picture. Just give me a second. Okay, so as you guys can see, there is multiple ways to properly measure one asset or a trend, okay? And so as you guys can see, we ended up rejected from the golden mini, which is no news. And so for the first, we end up rejected from the 780, and then we rejected the bears from the 2360 range. And now let's draw our lines again. So I'm going to use this tool here. Not the best draw, but just for you guys to have an idea. So these guys, this is a, some people call it a bullish pennant, if I'm not wrong, and it's not a bull flag, okay? This is a symmetrical triangle, a perfect one, okay? And it's going to play out very nicely, and we are going to have a major bull break, okay? Yes, nobody's going to believe what is going to happen. And as you guys can see here, let's take a quicker look. Okay, so the smart bears, they were waiting around this level here, but not on the way up. They were waiting in the way down because they are not the first to place their shorts. We saw some folks that were waiting here against the bulls, and that's how they wipe out everybody before continuation, okay? And now let's take a look on the 3 days. Okay, let's go. So just a second. And again, this was the scenario that we had back in the day for the, okay, let me use the proper line, just a second. Let me see, okay, second. Yes, so this scenario here was like a micro version of what we have now today, okay? Because we had all the confluences for the bull break, but end up in a bear break due to the event that we already talked before, and now we are back to the same spot again, okay? So like I said back in the day, nothing changed in the bigger picture, nothing at all. It is still following the plan perfectly, okay? And so let me see here just a second. I don't want to miss anything here. Let's again do our draw. Okay, so this is what we have, and for this range here, you guys can see the gap compared with the bottom, it's higher, but it doesn't mean the bears have more firepower, okay? Because as you guys can see, we had a huge rejection here with a parabolic continuation. And if we look in the monthly chart, take a look at this. So guys, this is very, very significant. The bulls said, no, you're not going to stay here. We don't want you around this level. And they bought all the way up, non-stop. Okay, so very significant. Every candle holds a history and a lot of precious information, okay? always address all the wicks, all the candles, full body, and etc. Everything is very significant. Back to the 3 days. Okay, so right now we have this engulfing candle on the bull break that we had yesterday, to the 10 and 400. Yes, so it's a full body shadow here, which is leading to our last leg down. Okay, so far I don't believe, and also we don't have proper evidence that sustain any move upwards. You guys already saw the Fibonacci levels before that are like a lockdown for the bulls. Okay, and the smart money is aware of such levels as well. Let's jump into the daily. Okay, so here in the daily, I mentioned in the previous video that we were looking for continuation, and we end up with bullish continuation. But I'm going to tell you more about this pattern here and what happened with the tails. But for now, all we can see is the engulfing candle with 100% shadow and plus a break from the previous level. Okay, bear break, the bears make their point here, and now they are very comfortable. Let's jump into the 4 hours and let's take a deep dive on what happened yesterday. Just 1 second, please, hold your heads. Hold on, stay with me. Just 1 second, please. Okay, let's go. So, oops, I didn't want to reset. Okay, so guys, what we had here, this was a bullish continuation pattern that I highlighted in my previous video about a Straight Talk and Bitcoin, last Bitcoin video as well. I said that this was a falling wedge that played out beautifully, and also the round bottom with a higher low, that was the trigger. And we didn't trade this scenario here, but we entered right here. That was our long placed, and then we closed it way before this move here because it was bearish, and now I'm going to show you why with more details. So this structure right here was moving in a bearish way, and we also had odds for the head and shoulders here, which didn't play out. Okay, as you guys can see, the bulls defended the previous level that would give the confluence for the head and shoulders, and we were waiting for a small move here before the bullish continuation, and I'm going to tell you why we were waiting for it. Let me try to explain in a better way so you can have a better understanding. So this is a 4 hours chart, okay, and this is a 4 hours pattern, right? So no news here. The thing for this pattern, you guys can see this is a big pattern. It's not a small one, okay? And so a big structure should lead us to a big bull break, which didn't happen. And we were looking for these levels here. We had targets in our premium charts in the Champions Club. And also a friend there said, well, we have to short here. And I said, no, not yet, because we had no clue that this was going to be a bear trap before making to our possible targets. Okay, so that this was the right approach, and so far we are 100% on up to the schedule. And okay, so back to this bull break here. Let's take a deeper look. So This bull break, as you guys can see, was very small compared with the whole potential for it. Okay, so this was indeed not the best bull break. We knew it was very weak, and I'm going to show you why. So yes, that's the picture that I want to show you. As you guys can see, this was our high for the previous bull break from this structure here, and right after lower highs, okay, another lower high, okay, no problem at all. But right after the bull break from the falling wedge, we didn't had the proper bullish continuation, as you guys can see. This was the move that I mentioned before about the order book being relieved with a small number of coins to make this pump way cheaper, because we had no no people from the smart money side interested in trading this level here. And also this move right here, by not making this way below to get more momentum before the bull break, was another bearish clue. Okay, and as you guys can see, our higher high previous, and this is our next higher high. So price going up and the buyers not showing up. This was a straight bearish divergence. I talked about yesterday night in the Champions Club about it. I said that it was insanity to keep going up, because we had no clues at all, zero, nothing. Okay, and let's take a closer look here. Let's clean the board. So as you guys can see, the bears make their point here and breached all the previous levels. Now that the next one that we have to look for is this one, and this is going to be a step-by-step process, and instead of looking to the right, you are going to look to the left. Okay, so why I'm showing you this? Because you don't have the numbers that we have, but I'm not going to disclose. You guys know that a lot of people is stealing my charts and my research, and so if you guys want to see our levels, our numbers, our charts, consider to joining the Champions Club. Okay, let's take a closer look for the shorter time frames. No news here. 1 hour. Okay, the 1 hour, let's see. Bring the volume. Okay, so as you guys can see, the bears made a hit and run. Okay, this is very common on crypto. As you guys can see here, they did the same. Crystal clear. They printed the big candle, raging volume, and right after, no continuation, no follow through. They just gone. Okay, and this was a double side trap. Okay, we had a bear trap in this scenario here that I mentioned before, that we didn't had the proper confirmation for a head and shoulders, and the turning point was right here. Okay, excuse me. And so right now what we had, it's people trading the 5 minutes, 15, 30 minutes, making their trades based on oversold RSI, MACD, stochastic, and etc. And despite the rejection, you guys can see that we had no follow through, no continuation. So this is one of the reasons we don't trade support levels and resistance levels, because it doesn't matter if you're going to buy a little ship if it's not going to have continuation. Okay, so it's the risk for reward is not worth it, not worth the time, not worth the effort, and etc. And let's take a closer look now for the shorter time frames. 30 minutes. Okay, so as you guys can see, again, no follow through at all for both sides. Okay, the bears are comfortable, they made their move in their point, and we had no follow through from the bulls. Okay, and now we are still trading inside bar, which means the bears are in control. Okay, let's take a closer look on the 15 minutes. Just give me 1 second, please. Okay, so as you guys can see, it's looking very bad. Okay, again, no follow through from the bulls, and also even if we had follow through here, let's say a aggressive one, okay, just for the sake of this example, let's say a move like this one here, it would be even more bearish. Okay, this would give even more firepower to the bears, and this would be even way worse for the later bearish continuation. Okay, so if the bulls keep trading in this range here, okay, let's just for the sake of this example, something like this, or even something like this, it's going to be 100% bearish as well. Okay, because this would be a bear flag, this would be a rising wedge, this could be a megaphone, all bearish. Okay, and for the side, another bear flag, bearish continuation. In the other hand, if we end up, for example, in a move like this, a broken mirror, okay, the bounce we are going to have from here, let's say a 50% bounce for the bulls, it's going to top out inside the previous inside bar trade, which would still be bearish and would print a descending triangle, which would be even more bearish as well. So as you guys can see, this range here is very bad for the bulls. Okay, so guys, I believe I covered everything for this video. If I missed something, you guys can ask me questions, and we will keep updating this movie here. And just another thing that I missed, that is very important, just a second. So what we are expecting now, it's a low with a higher low compared with the previous one. Okay, so this is what we are expecting now. I'm not going to disclose the key levels that we are waiting for, but like I said before, I would not leave anybody behind, and I am updating the event that we were all looking for, okay, which is our next and last leg down before the major bull break. Okay, so I hope you guys, I hope I could help you guys with this analysis and my insights. Stay safe out there, have always a plan B, because we always plan ahead. And guys, I believe this is it. Thanks again for your time, thanks for your patience, thanks for your support. Don't forget to hit the like button, share and subscribe. Yes, I have a lot of updates to keep going today. I don't want to leave nothing behind. And quick look on the chat here. Rufikan, hello my friend. Joshua, hello buddy. Kyle, hello. Butler, anybody have sound yet? Whoa. Okay, everything perfect, thank you. What's the plan? Well, the plan is in the chart. 30 minutes later then I will watch, no problem, you're welcome. Mateus Fernando Malaquias, nice, you're welcome buddy. AJ, hey, you have a website or something? No, not yet. AJ, you can send an email to thechampionsclub2020@gmail.com or send me a message on Twitter. Oh well, thanks mate, you are very welcome. Guys, this is it. I am a bit in a hurry here, there is a lot of things to do, and I will see you guys soon. Greg Curtin, my brother, thanks, you are very welcome, bro. I will see you guys soon. You guys are very welcome. Manu, good stuff. Yeah, the good stuff. Guys, I will see you guys soon. You feel free to ask any questions, and let's keep going. I got sound, great update. You are welcome, buddy. Guys, thanks again. I will see you guys soon. Have a nice day.